because that's how I feel. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Miss Vero G. How you doing?
Hey, doing good. Thanks for having me. I'm honored.
Good to
Yeah,
have you again. It's good to see you again.
same here. Same here. Definitely.
Well, listen, like I said, we had some audio and video problems on the last interview, so let's get to know Vero G again. Tell us about Vero G.
Yeah, definitely not a problem. To kind of sum it up all together, I am an artist. I also an entrepreneur. I do, as you just mentioned here, the radio, TV, magazine. I also am an actress. I mean, I also do writes for not for plays, but like for movies and stuff like that. And I think overall, I just love what I do, and also I do community work as well alongside with the entertainment side. So I try to like do as much as I possibly can, and just inspire people along the way.
Okay. Well, talk to us a little bit about the podcast that you have on YouTube. I happen to catch a few episodes of it, and when I tell y'all, Vero G, she has a fantastic podcast. It's great. Y'all check it out. Tell our listeners about the podcast and where they can reach you.
Yes, definitely. So the podcast is called Vero G Spotlight Radio Show, and it usually airs Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So now we're extending it now, Sundays and Fridays, around 8 p.m. or so at that time. And pretty much, you just said it. We talk about different topics, different things with celebrity news, breaking news that are happening on a day-to-day basis here in New York City or worldwide. And we just get engaged with people in general, and like also artists, and we just have everybody. It's not only artists, anybody that's definitely want to be a part and talk about what they're doing and that sorts. But yeah, that's pretty much with that. I just realized doing this show, the podcast version, I realized I just made a year actually in January, and I've been so busy I didn't
Congratulations.
like realize, because you go look at your old episodes, you go back, what's the very beginning first one?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh shoot, I just missed the 1 year anniversary. So I made a little flyer. We're gonna put it up by maybe today or by next week for sure. Because this time I can't have a show coming up. But I think maybe by next week or so I'll have something prepared. I'll see what I could do. So we
Mhm.
just a little something for you guys to appreciate. To see the work and the stuff we had together with that. But other than that, that's working out right now. The podcast was doing for a while. Other than that, I got a lot of things working on as we speak with music and that. So when you're ready, let me know.
Well, listen, you spoke of the music. Now let's talk about the music. Like I said, you're doing a great job with the podcast. It's doing awesome. I mean, I love it. The music, on the other hand, is doing just as great. How
Thank
many
you.
singles do you have out now?
Yeah, I have a few out now. One is called, which is the latest one called "Since You're Going Away."
Mhm.
That's how. I think since this year January. No, forgive me. I think it was, yeah, somewhere around that time. It was a couple months ago that I released that. Yeah, it was January this year. And prior to that, I released a couple other singles, which is gone too soon. A few others are out there. And I just, as we speak right now, I'm working on the seventh full album, which will be coming out like later September-ish around there this fall. So that one's
Mhm.
called Mind, and it's really entailing about mental health. And I really wanted to focus on that for this project. So I cannot wait to get out. And the latest album that's out now, that's the sixth album, is called A Brand New Me. So it's available on all
Mhm.
digital platforms. You guys can support that. And I'm gonna still keep writing, keep making more music,
Yeah.
and more things for you guys. Yeah.
All right. And listen, just to let the listeners know, very, very soon, I will be appearing on Vero G's podcast soon. I'll
Yeah,
you
yeah, I'm
keep
excited. We
you abreast on that. I mean, this is what we do for. This is how we do it. She appears on my platform, and we just return the favor. I mean, that's just how we do it. And I'm very appreciative of the opportunity. I'm very appreciative of the chance to have to just appear on your platform, and just to tell you a little bit about about what I do.
Awesome.
And I'm flattered. Did you have someone like little old me on your show? I mean, it
Well,
because it does is it's a great show. It's a great show,
I'm
and
honored.
I'm flattered. It's great. I mean, like I said, just tune into YouTube and check out. Oh my God, check out Vero G because she has a great show. She has great guests, musically, not musically, and like I said, maybe she'll have some cooking guests on there soon. And
Ooh, that was
well, go ahead.
that's kind of cool, but some different.
You something cool, something different, yeah. But listen, we like I said, we're into the music thing. How far do you see yourself going? And you know, pretty much you say you're gonna keep on writing, you're gonna keep on doing what you're doing. Uh, are there any places that you haven't been that you would you love to go?
For the most part, I would love to travel out of New York. I mean, I did have opportunity over a year ago. It was for an
Hmm.
award show in Florida. We did get to travel. That was kind of different, and new. But things happen, and we were able to just explore. Let's just say that. So we took advantage of the situation, and we just did what we could at that state, and it was really cool to see like the other side of out of New York. You could say. So I'm willing to travel if it's possible to go to different states and tour. I mean, if I could do a small tour for now, that'd be great to get more people into what I'm doing, my music, for my fan base. That'd be really great to do that.
Hmm. Is there anybody in the music field that you would love to work with that you had a dream of? God, I wish I could work with her. I wish I could work with him. Is there anybody that light bulb goes off that God, I wish I could work with this person?
Oh gosh, the list goes on. The list goes on, but I think just to name a few, I know for a fact Neo. He's always somebody I always keep an eye on his work, and
Really?
I love his I love how he works, and his songwriting is amazing.
Hmm.
I don't understand now how he really does. Besides an artist, he is also a songwriter. So a lot of people don't understand like he's really good in his work, and I would love to work with him. And the list like Justin Bieber is another one. He's really good, and he's already put together. But I really would love to be if the opportunity comes, it'll be amazing. Yeah,
Definitely, definitely. Well, listen, the sky's the limit for you. I
yeah.
mean, you're gonna go far in this business. I mean, just keep your head on straight, as they say, as the old people would say. Lady, keep your head on straight, and
Yeah.
just keep reaching for the stars. You're gonna go far. But to the young people that's looking to do what Vero G is doing, what advice would you give them that looks up to you that says, God, I wish I could do what she's doing. I want to do what she's doing. What advice would you give them?
I think my in my experience in this industry overall, I learned a lot of trial and error, you could say. And I think my only great advice to everybody watching now or later on is the fact that three elements I use the most. One is to be humble, always be
Hmm.
humble. Secondly, I will say is if you really want to be in the industry and work hard, you have to be consistent. That's really, really a key to your success. Be on top of your work, stay consistent. That's really a big element.
Most
Another
definitely.
one I would say, definitely, definitely. I think another one I would say is the fact that no matter what the situation you go through, if you make it big or you stay independent or whatever the case may be, is always stay grounded. Stay grounded because sometimes people get the egos when they get to a certain plateau in their career, what you want to call it. And I think down the line, it does affect them in some ways. So I think with that said, no matter if you make it far in the industry or you just stay independent, just stay true to yourself and don't let that get to you.
Definitely. Listen, again, thank you
You're
for
welcome.
appearing on, on the on the show again. I think we've accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. I appreciate you once again appearing
You.
on the show. Listen, I'm gonna allow you the opportunity to give some encouragement to not just our young listeners, but to our young at heart listeners. The floor is yours. Have at it.
Oh, definitely. Like I said, I just want people to know that no matter what go through life, if you have a dream, if you have a passion, I always say go all in on it. There's nothing wrong having a regular job that will help support your dream. I always say try to do that as you can, but also don't let nobody stop you. If anything, if you have something that you want to do in life, it doesn't have to be musical. It could be other factors or other fields. But I feel like for the most part, if you really want to do something, you have to put the work in and the time, and you'll see eventually blossoming back.
Definitely. Listen, we're gonna close out with a song that talked about this a while ago, and I want you to explain this song, and I want you to share this song with our listeners. It's a very special song. I know you shared it with me. It's called "Since You Gone Away," and I want
Yes.
you to explain it to our listeners the meaning behind this song.
Oh my God, definitely. I think this timing was perfect. So how the song came about was exactly over a year ago. This happened just on May 14th. That's a couple of days ago. But this happened last year, 2024. My mom had passed away, and it just exactly a couple of days ago just made the landmark of 1 year anniversary of her death. So it's still kind of fresh for me. So what I at the time I was going through the emotions, going through how can I let out this frustration, let out the emotions I'm going through at the time. And I decided to write the song. And with this song, it really I want people to resonate with it. It's not only my pain and what I've gone through to the loss of a parent, but I think other people could resonate with this as well, and feel the pain and feel the hurt, and know that they're not alone through the mourning process or the grieving process they call it. And I think it will help them also as well.
Definitely. Listen again. I know that's fresh on you, and we're definitely keeping you in our thoughts. We're definitely going to continue to keep you in our prayers. Again, my sister. I love you. I appreciate you for coming on the show
Same
again.
here.
But listen, and it's appropriate that we do close out with this particular song. Y'all check this out. Vero G, Since You've Gone Away. Thank you so much for appearing. A piece of me is gone since you've gone away. Since you've gone away, it's never been the same. A piece of me is gone since you've gone away. You always hold me through, even when it was rough. Never gave up on me. You show the best in me. Gave me the inspiration. It was a confirmation to do what is right and be your brightest light. Since you gone away, it's never been the same. A piece of me is gone since you gone away. Now that you are gone, half this empty inside. Each day is hard to mourn. Tears are hard to bear. All I do is stare. That moment I say goodbye, you are close to my heart. Always be a part of my life. Since you gone away, it's never been the same. A piece of me you gone away. Since you gone away, it's never been the same. It's the DJ Mello Mike Show. Vero G. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with you. Since You've Gone Away, that's a song dedicated in memory of her mom. And she passed away on last year. I believe she said it was last year. And again, thoughts and prayers are with you as well as your family. And we're going to continue on with the DJ Mello.